Hello and welcome back to Strong Woman High's Dash. Life is a mishmash. Today we have very special guest, Andrea Gaffney. She is the UK and Ireland's current under-82 champion for 2025. Hello, Andrea. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello. Nice to be here.
Thanks for coming on. So, do you want to give everybody a little bit of an elevator pitch, introduction, who you are, what you're all about, that sort of jazz?
Just in terms of like strong women.
In terms of everything, mate, you can do a bit of strong woman, bit of real life, bit of whatever you want to say, to be honest.
Cool. I'm Andrea. And I currently compete in the under 82 weight category in the Natural Strongman Federation. That's the only one I've done so far. That said, a few weeks ago, won UK and Ireland's. So go to Worlds.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait to go Galway. Took the sport up just over a year ago. It's been class out with that. Got a big dog, so he barks in the background of this. I'm very sorry. I'll try and keep him calm. And working recruitment, so my work life's not super exciting. But that's it. That's about it. That takes up all my time.
Nice. I feel like there's much more about you, but we'll get into it. Don't you worry.
Cool.
So you are very brand new in the sport, aren't you? I'll do a little bit of like chit chat before we get into the real questions, just to throw you off, really, more than anything. But what did you do before coming into Strong Woman then? Because you've come in with a bit of a bang, haven't you?
Ish, I think, maybe. Recent form's been alright, yeah. But no, before that, sport-wise, I played rugby for 9 years. I did most of my rugby at Hillhead Jordan Hill Rugby Club in Glasgow. I don't live in Glasgow. I live in Stirling. So I did a couple of seasons at Stirling County, but when my best mate went back to play, and after she had her second wee one, she went back to Hills, and I thought, that's it, I just want to play with her. So, 9 years of rugby, and before that, I did athletics from I was 10 till I was about 21. So, sprints, long jump, and triple jump. So, got a bit of a sporting background.
Nice, explosive stuff as well, that, isn't it? Like, especially like sprints, long jump, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it helps. I mean, don't get me wrong, like in terms of like actual strength, like static strength, I don't know that I got like a hell of a lot from that. But what I find quite interesting coming into strongman is a lot of the movements are actually more like power based than they are just like pure raw strength. So a lot of the more explosive stuff, it's helped.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet it has. And another rugby girl as well. It seems to be quite a common thing, this in Strong Woman. It seems to attract people from rugby. I think it's almost like you do rugby for a bit and it's like, it's full on in it, rugby. Like, it's quite a high chance of being injured, like quite intense. And you come into Strong Woman. And I feel like people are like, oh yeah, I'll come into Strongman and do a bit of like fun training and stuff. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh fuck no, this is as intense. Like slightly less contact, but.
See, in terms of like the game days, obviously they were intense, but I actually think, I suppose it depends to what level you're playing rugby. Like, initially when I first started playing it, I'd take it kind of seriously, but I was so new. Like, it's not like I was ever going to be like excellent. I was never like Scotland team standard, nothing like that. So played it mostly for fun. Like the training, it was like all right, but in terms of the regiment, I'm that bad.
Yeah.
It's been one of the nice things for me about coming into Strong Women actually, because I did athletics when I was younger, and I that was like my whole identity was doing athletics and was like being an athlete, and I had like a strict training schedule and was like really focused on goals and all the rest of it. Like I loved playing rugby, loved it, but I never really had anything like that. So coming back into like an individual sport like Strong Women, I don't know, I feel like I kind of reconnected with that old like version of me that like viewed herself as an athlete and had something that she wanted to focus on every week. So it's been nice. So I'd actually say that the Strong Women training is definitely a lot more intense than whatever I was doing anyway for rugby.
Yeah. What made you stop playing rugby then?
Like you said, it just kept getting hurt. Like my hands are like, I mean, you can't see like that pinky is gammy as hell. Like that done straight in.
Yeah.
in the end, I dislocated my shoulder, and that was like just, I don't know, like the straw that broke the camel's back. On like a long run where I just couldn't string together like more than 3 games, to the point that it was like a running joke in our team. It's not so much the getting hurt itself that pisses me off; it's the not being able to train
Yeah.
thing, because you end up out for weeks and weeks, and then it's not just, oh, that one game you can't play, it's the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like I can't go to the gym to do the thing that I like doing, which is just a bit miserable. So yeah, I figure I've come into Strong Women, and touch wood, so far I have been injured fewer times. Not none, but fewer times.
Yeah. I think it's part and parcel of it. You're going to get like little minor injuries here and there, but like you said, the recovery is the worst part of it all, isn't it? And especially in rugby, and I think as well, it's probably even worse when you've got a team that sort of like is depending on you, and then you're injured and you're like, fucking hell, like, although you're not letting the team down, I bet it feels a little bit like that
Oh,
sometimes.
there's nothing worse than like having to stand on the sidelines and like support, knowing that you should be on the pitch. It's just, yeah, it's crap. Like the FOMO's real, and then yeah, you do feel like you're letting folk down by not being able to like put on your boots. But yeah, and I would say like obviously you feel like you've been hit by a bus after doing a strong woman competition for a couple of days. But it's like, I don't know, it's like you've been hit by an articulated lorry, like after playing a rugby game. That coupled with the fact that you are genuinely covered in bruises and scratches and cuts and like whatever else. So yeah, it's maybe one of the things that I like appreciate about Strong Women. I'm probably not articulating that very well. Yeah, I feel like I'm able to deal with the recovery from Strong Women better because I played rugby, because it'll never be as bad as that.
Yeah,
I think is my point.
Yeah, no, I would totally agree with that. I think rugby is just another level in it. Like, there's nothing I think is scarier than the thought of someone running at me full force just to take me to the ground. Like, terrifying. It's like, it couldn't be worse for me in my mind.
That surprises me. I would have thought you would have loved a bit of that after all the chat about you wanting to batter Stephen.
No, close contact, yeah. If someone's not running at me, oh yeah, I'll take it down the floor. Like I'll do a BJJ match, no bother. Like not bothered about that. But it's the force behind the hit. I feel like
the velocity.
Yeah, the velocity is what scares me about it.
Yeah, but nah. So it's been like, it's not like I've like come out of nowhere in terms of like sports. It's more like yeah, I've not done Strong Woman, but I can't be one of these people like, I don't know, these like mental stories, like, to be honest, even like Lou, Ellie Gibbs, Rosalind, that up until a few years ago just like didn't do sport.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I'm like, how have you done that? Like, I've been playing sport my whole life. And so like, you know, you have the foundation, but to come from like nothing.
Yeah.
To go like to the level that these girls are at in a few years is wild.
Yeah, I totally agree. We were speaking, like, we've just put Rosalind's podcast out, and speaking to her, like, she started in 2021, and before that, like, didn't train, didn't go to the gym or anything, and I think, fuck,
how are you that strong?
That is coming out of nowhere. That is proper.
That's really coming out of nowhere.
And like,
so I'm not going to claim that status.
I don't know though, because you can still sort of say, because you weren't involved in strong. People just love throwing that phrase around though, don't they? Because they don't know someone. They're like, oh, you've come out of nowhere. Like, well, no,
yeah. Like new name of the sport, but yeah, I wouldn't claim to have like come out of nowhere, like because out with doing like the athletics and the rugby, like I didn't really do much like strength and conditioning like around either of those sports. It was like in bits and bobs. For like a year or so, I was on like the Scottish Rugby Academy program, where I thought maybe she might be all right, but I wasn't, so I got kicked off it again.
Aww.
But I worked with a really great strength and conditioning coach for like a year, and she's lovely. I still keep in contact with her. But out with that, I just kind of got the bug for it, so I always lifted myself around rugby or whatever. Like I didn't have any specific programming or whatever, but I just knew I liked picking up heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So I just kind of go in the gym and do a bit of whatever I felt like. So yeah, I did train strength to like a degree, just kind of on my own, for a little while. So yeah, like it's not quite as impressive as people will make it out to be.
I don't know. It's still pretty impressive. Like, don't sell yourself short, eh, mate?
Right, I'll not protest too much.
Right then, right. Well, so in your short time in Strongwoman then, what has been your Strongwoman high?
Oh, I think I've actually checked myself up here because I kind of already said what I was going to say.
Doesn't matter.
I was going to say, like, I think actually it might be just having a renewed sense of purpose in my
Yeah.
sport rather than it just being like recreational for a bit of a chance to like run around with my pals or whatever, or just to keep fit and healthy. Like something that you just kind of lock into and that you kind of obsess over your goals or you obsess over like different bits of technique or whatever. Like I'm sure for some people that sounds horrific, but like having like an obsession with the sport I'm doing again has probably been my biggest highlight. Like I feel like I needed it
Yeah.
as a person, but I didn't realize that I'd been missing it for so long. So yeah, that's probably it for me.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's really important as well, and like we I mean it's a common joke in Strongwoman, isn't it, that you get into Strongwoman and then it becomes your entire personality. Like
Yeah, they're
that
not joking.
yeah, it's not a joke. Yeah, it's because everyone goes through the same phase, I think, with it, where you're like, oh my god, I love this. I'm going to
Yeah,
make this into everything I am about. Like this is me
and just
now.
let it slowly just invade your life like a virus.
Yeah. Just get caught
Yeah,
up in it, don't you? But I love that, and I totally agree with you. It gives you a bit of sense of purpose because I'm a very similar person where if I don't have like a goal in something or I
yeah,
can't see an end point in something, I'm a bit like, what's the fucking point in doing it? Like, I can't be
yeah,
asked. Like, I know I need to be healthy and I know I need to lift for when I'm older because it's going to help me in the long run. But
yeah.
right here and right now, that is not enough motivation to keep me training every week, like winning
Doesn't
a
get you
comp.
excited, and on the
Yeah,
days that on the days you can't be arsed, those reasons, let's be honest, are probably not enough to make you go, do you
yeah,
know what? Get your arse up, go to the gym. Whereas if you're sitting there going, I've not worked on that event enough, and if I don't do it, like someone else is going to be doing that same training session, and then they're
yeah,
going to beat me at that competition, and I've only got 5 weeks to get it perfect. So,
yeah,
so yeah, so that's more likely to get you out the door. So
100%.
yeah, it's class.
No, I love that, and I was literally going to say I think that's very much a personality type, and I think from what you've just said there, you sound very similar to me because that's what I'm like when I'm training for comps. Is well, someone else will be doing that session, and someone else might do
Yeah,
better at me on that event, so I need to do that now. It's almost like you train out of just pure. I won't let somebody do better than me if I have a
it's
choice
spite.
in this matter.
People joke about it, but spite's one of the best motivators.
100%, and I don't even feel like I need to have somebody in mind for it either. Like it's just somebody might try and make a fool of me in that event, and that's not going to happen because I'm going to
Yeah,
train really hard now.
yeah. It took me a wee bit to sort of kickstart myself into it, though. I'll be honest. Like, so I started training with Stephen in June last year.
Yeah,
I'd done a little novice competition in the April because I kind of like watched from afar, like admired everyone from afar for about 6 months before I
yeah,
decided that I was going to give it a wee go myself. And then I said to myself, I was like, right, if I do this little competition and it goes well, then I'll get a coach. And I'd like put out like a request for recommendations and see if they'd message. So started training with him in the June, and then I think it was maybe like a couple of months in. I think he had to have a bit of a word with me because
right,
I was like probably like not feeling in my true coats that much, maybe being like a little bit lackadaisical with like, oh, I've got these sessions, but it doesn't really matter to Stephen if I don't do them this week, like I'll do them next week or whatever. Like I wasn't really like thinking about my eating or like when I was going to do a weight class competition, so like all that stuff. And yeah, had to have like a bit of a word with me, like, no, like you've signed up to work with me. Like I train, you can either train as like a recreational athlete and I'll treat you as such,
yeah,
or you can be a performance athlete. At, at which point you need to kind of decide to hold yourself accountable to that
yeah,
level. And I was a bit like, oh shit, right, okay. Like I probably need to reframe how I'm looking at myself here because I just hadn't done it for so
yeah,
long. It's like muscle memory. Like I've kind of kicked back into it, but it was probably dormant for like a good, yeah, like 9, 10 years, something like that. So yeah, didn't come back right away, but as soon as I got like a little talking to, then yeah, from probably then on, I've been locked in.
yeah. I love that, but it's super important as well, and I think that's like a good like idea of what coaches should be like as well, as in like if they see somebody and you sort of in, sort of out, not really
Yeah.
sure, it's worth people just saying, right, like, are you bothered? Do you actually want to do this, or are we just doing it for a bit of fun? Like, because it takes so
But
much out
both
of
are
it.
fine.
Yeah,
Both are
100%.
absolutely fine. But
Yeah, like if you want to just train for fun, that's totally fine. But so, like for me and you, we're not really going to do it, are we? If that's the case, like you need
well,
to
no,
have a bit of a goal and a push towards something, don't you?
yeah, it's one of them. It's like, oh, like you can be a recreational athlete, and my body was like, ugh, no,
Yeah,
like that's not what I'm doing. Okay, fair enough.
yeah.
So yeah, got to have like a little bit of just a little bit of fire in it.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, Stephen's been really good for that, and I think he's pretty good at instilling that athlete mentality into like the strong men and strong women that he works with.
yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm glad I picked him as a coach.
Yeah, I think it is good, isn't it? Because it's that with coaches, it must be so hard being a coach and sort of like not being 100% sure whether that person wants to put in the amount of effort that you want to put in, but having someone that will come up to you and just say, right, like, look, how serious does this want to be? Like, how much? Because it's not just holding like, well, it is sort of holding you accountable as well for your training, then, isn't it? Because I have this with
Hundred
Molly, like,
percent.
I could probably at this point program myself quite well, but I know that if I did that, I'd do fucking nothing.
Yeah,
I'd never train. I'd train the bits that I want to train. I wouldn't do what I don't want to do. And like having her there, I feel like she's very much like, yes, right. If I'm here, we're taking this seriously. If we're in a comp prep, we have to be on the ball. And like,
yeah.
it's just good having that other person that's as invested as you are, to a point, maybe sometimes even a bit more than you are.
Yeah, and I think like the accountability, like you say, is important. But I think even just like if you make it as simple as like they make you say it out loud, like
Yeah,
this is what you want to do. You've said it. Like this, so any behaviour that I exhibit here in terms of giving you a hard time or holding you accountable, this is what you said you wanted.
yeah,
Like you,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you can't go back on it. There's no ambiguity. So even simple things like that, I think, is probably good practice at the sort of beginning of a coaching journey, or if you're doing like check-ins.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's been good.
100%. I love that. Right, well, let's move on then. What's been your strong woman low?
To be fair, the honest answer is I don't think I've been doing it long enough
To
to
have
have
one.
one yet. Like I'm still in the honeymoon.
There's time.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's obviously like little things you could pick out. Like I tore like in my shoulder in January, and most people would probably pull out an injury as a low. But to be honest with you, like I still didn't even feel like that was the case because, like again, I think just with the new mentality, I was like, all right, okay, well I've injured myself, but next competition is X number of weeks away. I'll book in with a physio. I'll get the recovery plan in place. We'll train around it, and then you've done everything you can do, and it'll be fine. So even at that,
Yeah,
it wasn't a bad thing, and it's ended up actually making me work on weaknesses that
yeah.
I had from before. So it's ended up being a good thing. I think yeah, I've just been pleasantly surprised at every like corner so far. Not to sound all like mushy gushy about it, but like even like one of the things I always kind of struggled with a little bit in sport was like the clickiness,
Yeah,
which in exists in most sports, and like even rugby, which has a big reputation for sportsmanship and
mm,
all that jazz. Don't let anyone kid you on. Like it's clicky as hell. And like when I moved from athletics that I'd done from a young age and went to rugby, I was so nervous about being laughed at or like not being included or people thinking I wasn't good enough or anything
mm,
like that. And that did happen to a
yeah,
degree. I remember going home crying from training like the first 6 months, like on and off, because like more experienced players have been giving me a really hard time for not understanding something or whatever.
yeah,
Which is not everyone, just a few people. So I was nervous coming into Strong Women because I was like, right, this is all this like weird stuff that I've never done before. Like I want to do it. It looks really cool. And I was nervous that other girls that are already doing the sport would look at me coming in going, and she thinks she's kidding. Like
yeah,
blah blah blah. But that's just not been the case, and it couldn't be further from the truth. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can't really pick out. Oh,
No
if,
lows.
if, I'm, if I'm being dead honest, if you're asking me to pick one out, then I'm like really, really like digging.
Digging for him. Nah, that's
Yeah,
fine. But I totally agree. I think I love the fact that you've come in as like someone within your first year of the sport, pretty much, and said like there's just it's fucking so supportive because it is. And I think a lot of people get bogged down with that. Like you're always going to get the odd one or two girls who are going to be dickheads because that's just how life works. You can never have it like one sport that's completely perfect. But
yeah.
I would
I've
say
not met him yet, so they can stay away from me.
yeah. That's your call to be like, no one come and tell me anything bad, please.
Yeah,
No thanks. Don't want that drama. No, but like it's true, isn't it? Like the majority, which is rare in like women's sports, is it's super, super supportive. And I think that's why as well, it keeps people in this sport for so long. Like I said it on a podcast not long ago, like I've been doing it 6 years now. Fucking hell, my attention span's shit. Like, and I think the only reason I have been in this sport for so long is because it's such a supportive place. I've made friends for life in this sport. Like friends I didn't have 4 or 5 years ago that now I would consider like my closest mates. And it's mad,
yeah.
innit?
And like, not to sound like an absolute sad case, but making friends as an adult is not the easiest thing in the world.
It's really fucking
But
hard.
it's really hard.
It's really hard.
But on it, like, I just feel like I've just gained this like entire new community, and like the amount of people that you meet in the sport, and they're just like, so it's like they want to like you, they want to be friends with you, like
Yeah.
they want you to do it, and it's just the default. So yeah, likewise, obviously I've not been doing it as long as you. So most of my network's kind of just in Scotland at the moment, but there's so many wonderful new friends
Yeah.
that I've got that, you know, I'd be really gutted if I never got to see them anymore. And then now that I've obviously done one competition with like the other nations in like UK and Ireland, like there's girls that I now I've been in touch with from there.
Yeah.
I'm buzzing to go to Worlds, have it be the same thing. So yeah, no, it's really, really class.
I love that.
Again, for me, just now. I'm sure I will become jaded one day if I stick around long enough. But
The thing is though, even though like like I'll have bugbears, I have things that piss me off and people that like don't agree or like a bit disagreeable with me, stuff like that. But the general consensus for me is still good. Like I still fucking love it. Hence why I've made a podcast specifically about it.
yeah,
Like it's one of them things where I think this is majority good, not majority bad like a lot of other stuff. It's majority good, and I think that's what keeps people in it for so fucking long. But you'll find
yeah, and
things that you
growing
don't.
so quickly.
You'll find things that you don't like, but they're so minimal. You're a bit like, well, is what it is.
No big
Like,
deal.
yeah, fucking
Yeah.
for the sake of the rest of the sport, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, does it? Like, one of
Yeah,
them.
it's one of them as well. And because it's got such a good retention rate, and obviously I am kind of part of like the recent growth of sport. I obviously hear everyone else that's been involved in it for longer talking about just how quickly like the momentum's picked up in terms of the growth of the sport.
Yeah.
So I'm also sat here going, right, well, I'm new and I've managed to do all right so far. What other freaks of nature are out there lurking in other sports at the minute
100%.
that are going to go, oh, I fancy a bit of that, so I'm shitting myself. I'm like, I need to go to the gym. Like, I've got all these girls I'm ready to worry about, and then all these unknown people that are probably going to turn up in the next couple of years.
I know, and genuinely, I do. So I think this is probably a little bit of a problem within the sport, is because it has been so small for quite a long period of time. It does grow. It's grown really well. We've never hit that mainstream yet, but I do think that is coming. I think that's
I don't think it's too far off.
Nah, there's sort of like strength resurgence at the moment in like mainstream. People want to strength train. People want to be stronger, and I think that's naturally going to push strong women into like the mainstream itself. But I do think like because it's been so small for quite a while, there has been people who sort of like are like, oh well, there's all these new people coming into the sport, blah blah blah. That's a good thing for me. Like yeah, it'll piss me off.
How
Like,
could it be anything but?
yeah, this is the thing. Personally, for me, like you coming into the sport, I'm like, for fuck's sake, another really good under 82. Fuck off. Like,
Good.
but in general, I'm like, fucking nice one. We need more under 82s. This is only going to work better because it's only going to produce more opportunities for all of us together. So yeah, while it's making my inner competitive nature be like, oh, damn. Like, in general, I'm like, yes, let's fucking go.
I'll fuck off to the opens eventually.
You are quite tall, aren't you, to be fair? You are.
Yeah, if I start putting any kind of muscle on this frame, I'm already a giant. I've not got much room to work with here, so I'll be pissing often.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll see you it opens.
You'll just do like a Mean Girls to me and just start feeding me calcium bars, like bump up my calories.
I'm like, oh my god, you look so skinny. You need some more food. Come on, make sure you're eating plenty. To be fair, I'm fucking only just fitting into the 82s now, and I have no excuse. I'm not that tall. I'm just fat. I just can't.
No, just hench as fuck, mate.
It's because I fucking work in a bakery part time. That's my fucking excuse. But is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love that you've swerved that there's no strong woman low either. Fantastic effort. Well done.
Yeah, it was one of them. I was like, oh, I could like make something up, but like I genuinely don't have one yet. We'll do a revisit in a year, and then like I'll have a few. But yeah,
that's what I was thinking actually the other day. I was thinking what I should do is a recap of each like episode every year. Just grow on it each year, and see if people's ideas have changed. Just be loads of really bitter endings, won't it? People will be like, "Oh, this is fucking shit."
Hopefully not. Hopefully just loads of women with just increasingly bigger and bigger fucking biceps.
Hell yeah, that's what we like to see. No, I love that. So. Your like first real big comp then, I guess, other than like Scotland's, was UK's that's just happened then. So how did you find that?
I probably had like a couple of answers. Sorry, I paused for so long there.
You're fine.
Like on one hand, it was like a really good, like really, really incredible day for me. But on the other hand, and I've already kind of posted about it on my Instagram, so it's not like it's any kind of secret, but it was also like a real shit day.
Yeah.
For me and my family, because we lost my auntie in like the wee hours of the morning. Yeah. So yeah, it was like tough and like just to be honest, I think to do any competition, like it was tough to kind of like hold it together like throughout the day and all the rest of it. So it was quite like emotionally turbulent that way. But on the other hand, if the question is about like dealing with that kind of stage and that kind of competition environment, it was actually all right. Like I'm fucking proud of myself, like I'm not gonna lie. But I think I was probably all right because A, I knew I had to hold it together, but then B, in the sports that I've competed in previously, like I've had the good fortune to be able to compete on some reasonably big stages. So like I've competed on the main pitch at Murrayfield for like the Scottish Cup final before, which is like held on Silver Saturday at Murrayfield in Scotland, and they do like all like the Cup Shield plate final, so it's like a busy day, like busy stadium. So like I've had the experience of being able to play in front of a big crowd there, and then when I was like a teenager doing athletics, fair enough, it's not like on telly or nothing like that, but I did like British schools, UK championships, like UK school games, that kind of thing.
Nice.
So I kind of had a bit of just experience in how to like compose yourself and like handle nerves and just kind of focus on like the controllables and stuff. So yeah, it was all right actually. I am genuinely nervous for Worlds since we put the events out.
They are wild events.
Why was Searcher in there twice?
Because Matty hates everybody.
Matty's one of these secret haters talking about new people coming into the sport. He's like, I will give him some fucking Searcher.
Yeah.
Give some off. But like I know that's going to be like a completely different ball game, and I have not competed on that kind of like scale before, so that'll be a new thing. But yeah, it was all right, and I think we in Scotland were probably quite fortunate that we had a lot of familiar faces around, like as like referees and the loading crew and the warm up area, like both the MCs for the day, like I know well and love, like so it didn't feel like too scary an environment, because every corner you turned there was like a friendly face and
Yeah.
like someone to kind of like give you a wee bit, like make you laugh, like give you some words of encouragement, like some pointers, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
so it didn't feel that scary because you kind of like weren't on your own.
Yeah.
And the whole setup for the day was just class. Like, it was hard not to have fun. Which sounds like a horrible thing to say, having just had a bereavement, but it was like hard not to have fun because like music was great, like Martin and Keldo on the mics were fantastic, like the
Yeah.
crowd like really, really turned up, which I think sometimes is notable when the women's competition's on a Saturday, because obviously a lot of the crowd's normally bigger for the men's competition, but in
Mhm.
large part the actual strongman competitions anyway. That's because the women that have competed on the Saturday will go watch on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Um, and the crowd can be a bit smaller on the Saturday, but there was still so many people there. Like the crowd were like right into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just like a really brilliantly run day, and I appreciate the effort that the boys went to actually have it held in
Yeah.
that venue with that kind of like set up with the big screen and all that. Like it was just
Cool.
so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that's probably a longer-winded answer than you asked for.
No, I love that. And I think as well, like, that is some fucking mindset to be able to, like, to have such a bereavement and then be able to just go, right, comp day now, let's fucking get on with it. Because it would have been super easy to pull out of that comp. Like, I imagine that you had that thought in the morning and thought, you
Yeah.
know, what is this fucking worth it? And fair fucks to just going and getting it done, mate.
It was one of them, like, I felt like a selfish arsehole leaving to
Yeah.
like to go to the competition, because I was like, I should be there for my mum, like my cousin, like my big cousin, like my
Yeah.
brother, my sister, like my granddad. Like I should be there for them. But it was one of them. I was a bit like, I've been working for this for months now,
Yeah.
and if I don't do this, that's my year. Like, I've got no chance of going to Worlds. I need to try and find something else to aim for. And at the same time, like my auntie, she dealt with like a lot of like hard stuff, and she was always just relentless with having a laugh and picking herself up and just dealing with it and getting on with it. And I was a bit
Yeah.
like, if I didn't go and do this and I just kind of sat around and had a cry and drank cups of tea and like whatever else for the rest of the day, she'd be sat there calling me an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was one of them. Like I knew that I would feel a hell of a lot better on the Sunday if I just competed
Yeah.
than, you know, having lost her, but then also not having competed and then watching everyone else like out there doing their thing and going to Worlds. Whereas it sounds so awful, but I knew I could deal with it like the next day. I
Yeah.
just kind of had to put it on pause
100%.
with it. And
It's not awful at all either. Like, I think you're giving yourself a real hard time there, but I would imagine every single one of your members of your family would have told you to go. I bet no one was
yeah,
there like,
no,
actually
they
go.
absolutely did. They absolutely did. Like my family are really good that way. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they just want you to live your best life and do what makes you happy. Like they're really good, but at the same time, you just have a niggly thought in the
Yeah.
back of your head. And like an absolute credit to the girls I was competing with as well. Like I didn't tell any of them like throughout the day. Like I told like a couple of people that were there like what was going
Yeah.
on with me, like just in case I was having a wobbly. But like as soon as the last event was done, like I went outside to go and get a bit of fresh air. It's been roasting in that warm up area.
Yeah.
And I'd like sat in the grass and like eventually let myself like kind of have a wee bubble.
Yeah.
But like Lou, Alexander, and Jay Parkin that were in my class were both sat there and they like, you know, they came over, like gave me a cuddle, like kind of gave me a wee bit of a comfort. And yeah, just lovely. You know, it was nice. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't so awful. Like I felt like at the end of the day, it wasn't. I was like, I still had to hold it together until I got home. Like I was around friends and stuff, and
Yeah.
it was cool. It was kind of corny, but it was like safe to kind of
Yeah.
like just sort of let go immediately, so it wasn't so bad. Like it wasn't like I was having to like make it all the way through like the presentations and the drive home and stuff before. It was just like
Yeah. Yeah, you could get it out, yeah, and start to feel a little bit better, yeah. And I bet like your whole family and your Auntie Julie will have been proud as fuck of that as well. Like fucking hell, you've not even gone and done that comp, a massive first time like experience for you after a like very traumatic bereavement, and then fucking won it as well and gone nice one. Cheers everybody, strongest in UK and Ireland now, nice.
In fairness, yeah, like on the day, like I managed to kind of do like what needed to be done, but at the same time, there's some girls that were in the top 5 in that category who have been doing the sport less time than I have, which in and of itself is not very long. And then you've also got Lou, who, like she said it herself, a couple of people said it, so she won't mind me saying, like she didn't have a Lou day.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So I think there was like a little bit of luck involved in there, just in terms of it coming together. But yeah.
I'll tell you what, you need a bit more confidence, you mate. You're selling yourself short. Fuck everybody else. If they had a shit day, that's their problem. You had a fucking mint day, and you had shit going on, mate. Own it. You had a fucking great day.
Okay, no, I did, and doing it like they are, like they're proud and stuff like that. I just feel like I have to qualify everything.
Now, sometimes you're just fucking good. That's all it is. You're just fucking good. You were able to just switch off and go, fuck this. This is the job for today. I'm gonna get it done. And you went and did it, mate. And like, it's all that matters, isn't it? Like, you fucking did it.
Yeah, just need to try and do that again.
Hell yeah. Well,
I was about to make such a bad joke there, and I'm not going to make it because my family might watch this, so I'm not making that joke.
I was gonna say, probably can't be much worse, mate. World's probably all right.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll be all right. It's just obviously a whole new set of things I've not done before.
Yeah.
To try and learn over the next couple of months. So yeah, no, it'll be class. I can't wait. I do need to book flights and accommodation though, because I've not done that yet.
I have a really good scary haunted house near Galway. If you want a recommendation, it's haunted, however, but you can have that because I won't be there. So
I'll take that. Is that what you're saying for the strength cup?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, going back. Try and take a Ouija board or something. See if there's.
I think I'm coming.
Yeah, to the strength cup. Oh.
Yeah, they've not emailed me any of the actual details yet, but I've been told I'm coming, so I need to book something this week. So I'll see you.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that'll be awesome.
I don't know what the events are, but I'll do them.
I'm not gonna lie, neither do I. I know there's a hammer hold, and the only reason I know that is because I went and tried to train it in the gym the other day, and I did it, and I was like, I am absolutely shit at this. I've got no shoulder strength whatsoever. I rely on split jerk all the time. I've built no actual shoulder strength. I'm fucked. I think I was getting like 30 seconds. My arms were like this. I was like, oh no.
Oh, well, you'll be lucky if I get 30 seconds. But yeah, I'll work it out. That's a later problem.
Yeah, what have we got? Like 5 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. I've only just started training it this week, so
like 6 weeks maybe.
Oh, fucking loads of time. Why am I even prepping yet?
I know. But yeah, I'll see you there. So you can have your haunted house for there, and if the haunted house is decent in July, then I'll maybe see if I can get it for August. Perfect. I need to run that one by Max because I think he's coming. But
but like, by the way, we're staying in a haunted house.
How are you with ghosts?
Well, I'm taking Ben this time and a couple of me dogs, so I'm hoping that there's less haunted activity because it seems like when there's men in the house, there's less. When it was just me, Molly, and Emma, there was more haunting activity to when we had Ben Zachary there last time. So I'm not sure if the ghosts just like girls more, but find out this time.
Was it a nice ghost? I suppose whether it was a nice ghost or not would tell you whether they like girls more.
Well,
or whether they're doing it to fuck with you a bit more.
There was a lot of footsteps overnight and like people walking around on the landings and stuff through the night, and that was a bit scary. That felt like nasty ghost things to do. But then the fire alarm went off, the smoke alarm, and it was just to signify that our pie had been cooked. Like there was nothing else going on. It was just a random like the smoke alarm's going. Oh, it's because the pie's ready. And like that feels like friendly ghost activity. So I'm not really sure. I'm not sure yet, but I'll do some more intel on it when I'm there.
Maybe it's just that women are more spiritually in tune.
Maybe.
We'll
never know, but I'll find out. I'll do some digging.
Go all there, put on it.
That's very exciting. The Irish Strength Cup's going to be class this year. Like the Scottish Strength Cup were good, but the Irish Strength Cup, I think, just because of the venue and stuff, it's like. And last year,
Can't wait.
it's just special. It's just a special competition. Like the minute that he said like we're doing it again next year, I was like, sign me up. Like absolutely, I'll be there. Like fucking loved it. I hate going to Galway. I hate it. I don't hate
I've never
Galway.
been. I've always wanted to go. So I've never been, and then I'm going like twice in a month.
Yeah, before all the Irish people get crackers at me, I don't actually hate Ireland. I just hate getting there. It's shit. Like the travel there is garbage.
Are you driving though?
Yeah, I always drive. I hate flying. I can't be arsed. If I can get away with not flying, I won't fly. I hate it.
No.
I feel like it's as much of a chew as well. Then you've got to rent a car. It's like a ball ache, innit? I just rather drive.
I suppose. Thing is, like, I kind of get what you mean. I didn't go to Galway, but I drove to Donegal like 2 weekends ago, and that was on the way over there. It was fine, but the way back, I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's just
like,
ball ache.
yeah. So I think I'm gonna fly it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've always wanted to go to Galway, so I can't complain about it yet.
They've got actual Galway is very fun, very nice, very exciting. But like,
did they do a night out after the Irish Strength Cup last year?
No, we didn't because there was. What did we do? I think Molly actually flew home, so we dropped her. Did we drop? No, someone took her to the airport, and then it was just me and Emma. And Emma doesn't drink, so no.
All right, okay, fair enough. You gonna stick around?
I had a solo sesh, but I absolutely will be seshing this time. Yes.
Fantastic. I'd be very disappointed if not.
Oh no, Galway on a Saturday night, absolutely. And I've got Ben with me, and he will drink, but he's not a big drinker, but he'll definitely be happily to be like the taxi driver for me. So, yeah.
Class.
This year, it's on for sure. Big Irish Strength party afterwards.
But it'll be so cool, like competing in front of the castle. To be honest, like some names of the folk that are going to be there, like obviously like this is an open weight, untested like competition. Like I've done like local novice novice and inters level competitions.
Yeah.
And I've done like the natural like Scotland stuff, and that's it. So there's going to be some women there that I've not competed against before, just like a whole different ball game, and I'm just kind of to be in the same lineup as them, to be honest.
It's so much fun. Like last year, Irish Strength Cup was quite small, and like it wasn't an easy comp for me to win, but like I didn't have to max out on anything. I didn't have to go like balls to the wall with it. This year, however, I am going to have my arse handed to me. I can already feel it happening. Last year I was like, I'm coming back to win this every single year.
Stop manifesting it.
Now I'm like, fucking hell. Well, I've just had Scottish Strength Cup and I got absolutely whooped there as well. But
in fairness, there were some bloody monsters at that.
I'm gonna
in a nice way. Monsters in a nice way, not in a derogatory way.
Oh no, there was pure beasts there. Like it was a fucking solid lineup. But I think it's more exciting. I think it'll be way more exciting with like a bit of a denser field of athletes that are all like up for that top spot. Like I love a competitive competition. The inner competitive inside of me is like, oh no, because I just want to win. But it does make it more fun, more exciting.
But when everyone's competitive, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like as a game, like you don't hit each other, but like when you're all doing the same thing, like you all want to win it, then yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's going to be some events, not a chance. Like you guys can have that one, but But yeah, I'm just kind of buzzing to get the comp experience and compete in different environments and all the rest of it, because I'm still relatively sheltered as far as that all goes. So that'll be class.
Nah, it'd be so good. Right. Well, we went on a right tangent there, but anyway, we'll get back to the final.
I did warn you. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's fine. We'll go to the final question of the podcast, which is, this will be quite hard for you because you've only just joined the sport. But what would you say to yourself when you first started the sport?
No, I do actually have an answer for this one.
Nice.
And it's just that and this maybe just sounds a bit stupid, but you don't need to be A, good at everything all the time, and B, to be good at the sport, you don't need to be good at everything.
Yeah, I love that.
Which you want to be, right? But I think that's the biggest thing, because I was so nervous when I started that there's some events that I'd be really good at, but some that I'm really not, and that I'd make an absolute tit of myself, like just nowhere near the standard, like doing stones or whatever. Like I was just going to make myself look like a pug. And I think just understanding, like, that's fine, because so many of like the best athletes have week events.
Yeah.
And as long as you can train it to a degree and you don't shy away from it just because you're not good at it, you can still be good at the sport. So I think that's probably it. Like, don't beat yourself up over not being the best.
Yeah,
At certain things.
I love that, and it's a super important point as well, because you get the odd outlier who is like they're very good at everything, like Mitch Hoopers, like that just run away with events, and it's like they're generally very good at everything. But the majority of people, they're always going to have that one weakness, and you can still win a comp with a shit event, like every day of the week. It's not impossible at all, and that's the beauty of strongman, because there's so much variety in the events. But yeah, I love that. Like, just fucking deal with your bad event and just do it. Like, it's fine. What's
Yeah, that's it. There's no point in getting stressed or upset about it. Just like set your own personal target. That's what it is. Move on.
Absolutely, yeah. Personal targets for comps, I think, is a big one. Like, especially for people starting out, then that's like something that I've taken from Sabrina as well, because I was quite bad at just sort of like thinking, oh well, I think that person will do this at that event. I think I can do this. That's a pointless thought for me, because like you can't control what other people are going to do, but I can control what I want to do. And if I feel like I've hit what my goal was in that event, I'll feel good about it. And if I don't, I'll feel shit. So like you make your mind up before the comp and think, right, well, let's set my own personal goals so that I'm going to feel good about them anyway.
Yeah, you got to give yourself like something tangible within the competition to aim for, because aiming for, right, I want to be first or second in this event. What is that?
Yeah,
like you like until everyone else goes, you don't know what that looks like. So that's it. To be fair, like at UK's, that was probably one of the things that helped for myself, because I had like my own like distance target on like the sandbag carry. I knew how many reps I wanted to get on the log, and that was it. And if I got that, then I'd be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that sort of stuff I think makes a difference. But just in terms of like the confidence to actually get involved and like ask people for help. Like I remember being down at GBA, like one of the first times I'd been in track train stones, and I was near enough having a panic attack. Like in part because stones are stressful and tacky is horrible. But also because there were so many like strong men and women in the gym that are really good at stones, and I felt like an absolute idiot, like not being able to do it. And I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
Like I just really hate feeling like people are looking at me going, oh, what an idiot.
Yeah.
But you can ask for help though, because I ended up asking Hope Christie, for a bit of advice, and literally within a couple of minutes she gave me a couple of pointers, and like at the stone that I'd been fighting with for 10 minutes that I couldn't get up, I was able to load like twice.
Yeah.
So just kind of get over being bad at stuff, and then ask for help, and
I love that.
It's fine. Yeah. That's not very articulate, but you know what I'm saying.
I love that. It's such good advice. It's literally taken me 6 years to get to that point, mate. I should have heard this advice 6 years ago, because I've notoriously.
I don't think that sounds true.
No, I've notoriously been shit at deadlifts, and I just ignore it. Like, I mean, a couple of years ago, I was like, well, I'll just zero deadlifts and I'll do really well at the other events. Fuck it, I don't care. And like, to the point where I wasn't really even training deadlifts. I was like, what's the point? It's a shit event. Whereas now, I'm getting fucking hypnotherapy to try and get better at deadlifts. I'm like, no, this is happening. I will.
Hold on a minute. You're getting hypnotherapy?
Yeah. Me and Chloe.
Hypnotherapy.
Yeah, me and Brendog's hypnotising me not to be scared of deadlifts anymore, so we'll see if it works. And I thought I wouldn't be able to be hypnotised, but I have been. I was out.
This maybe is a separate conversation, but I need to know what's involved in that.
I mean, it's pretty chill. I don't really know because I was asleep for a lot of it, but it's all about like going to your subconscious, finding where the fear is, being like, right, this isn't bad. Your brain's a little bit like, oh, what's going on? You think, no, good thoughts towards deadlift, not bad thoughts. Because I get to the point where like I'm having panic attacks thinking about doing deadlift sessions. Like I fucking hate it. It's very stressful because in my head goes, deadlift, your back starts to hurt, you're going to really hurt yourself, you're going to be out of this for fucking weeks, because it's happened so many times to me now. I think like my body just reacts straight away to it, and I'm instantly like, fucking hell, I'm terrified of this now. And I think that's ridiculous. I can't live like this, and like every comp is going to have a deadlift in it, so I need to do something about this now. And so now I'm here getting hypnotized.
Cool. Interesting.
I'll let you
Didn't
all
know that
know
was
if
a
it
thing.
works.
Love it though.
Yeah. Well, if you want to know more about it, Chloe Brennan on Lift Your Limits. That's what it's called. Lift Your Limits. Well, if you just find Chloe Brennan on Instagram, people will be able to find it. I'll tag it in the show notes below. But yeah, just
Yeah,
another level.
I'll wait till I find my event that I need hypnotised for.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need that yet. Yeah, this is.
It might be Hercules Hold. I don't know.
Oh no, Hercules Hold is well fun. You'll enjoy Hercules Hold.
With a pinky like that, I don't know, man.
You don't need pinkies for Hercules Hold. You don't even need thumbs. You just need them 3 fingers like that, claw fingers.
Fair enough. Right, I'll just ignore training everything. I'll just train these 3.
Just them 3. They're your important parts. Don't care about anything else.
Nice.
Right, brilliant. Right, I've kept you way too long. I'm really, really sorry, but
No, it's fine. I know that I can talk for Scotland, so I had fully anticipated still being here at this point.
Perfect. Right, we'll do our silly goose then. Final part of the podcast.
Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where our lips get loose and our minds run free. Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where we chat a load of shit that's of absolutely no use. It's silly goose time.
So, do you have a silly goose you'd like to bring to the table?
Yeah, it's a bit crap, but I'll offer it up anyway. So my silly goose was, so you know how Gwyneth Paltrow has the candle that smells like her lady bits?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not asking you to describe that, right? But this is where the idea came from. If you were to put out a candle that smells like Becca Morgan, that is like the essence of Becca Morgan, what would it smell like? And this is like an honest version, not like, oh, I like the smell of bananas, so I'm going to have my candle smell like banana. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So at this very moment in time, it would be dog hair, because that's
me too.
a huge part of my life. I've got 5 fucking dogs. Like, I'm covered in dog hair all the time. It's an impossible task. Watermelon vape, because unfortunately I've fallen back into a vaping hole, so it would smell
Yeah,
like
you and me
that.
both.
Because it's a terrible habit, and I hate it, and I hate myself for doing it, but I can't stop because I'm a child and I've got no willpower whatsoever. So yeah, it would smell like dog hair and watermelon vape. And what would be the undertone hints? I don't know really. I'm trying to think of like what I'm eating a lot of at the moment. Probably Hedgehog Bakery, to be honest. Sweets. It would taste like.
Oh man.
It smell like chocolate. Chocolate, watermelon vape, and dog hair. What a delicious combo.
I think that sounds alright. That sounds alright, to be honest.
What would yours be?
To be fair, I think mine is probably just wet dog.
Yeah.
Because it's been raining in Scotland a lot at the minute. The wet dog. Incense. Maybe. We've been burning a bit of incense recently. Yeah.
Spiritual, I like
I've
it.
I've got a little sage bundle down the stairs. Need to smudge the place. But that, and if we're going to do something that we've been eating recently, this is really gross. This is going to be a horrible candle, but I've been absolutely obsessed with sardines recently. So I might smell like sardines.
That is not what I was expecting you to say.
Oh no! I got so excited. I went out earlier because we were going on holiday on Friday to get some like holiday t-shirts and like extra little bits. To the extent we're in H&M and we're in the men's section, and there was a big t-shirt with like a tin of sardines on it, so I bought it. Like absolutely obsessed.
Like, that's a piece of me, that.
Yeah, literally.
I don't think I've
so yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
You never eat sardines?
Not that I can think of. No, not out of like. No, I like the idea. The tomato one's good because I feel like they'd be good.
They are. Like, obviously, if you get like the cheap ones from the supermarket, like they're all right, they're fine. Yeah. But if you go to like the posh supermarkets, you go to the Marquis, you go to Waitrose, and you get like the nice sardines and the tomato sauce. They use some really good ones in like a kind of lemon and olive oil sauce. They're like zesty. Get yourself a nice loaf of sourdough, some good salty butter, loads of it, and then whack your sardines on there. Like people make a face because it's a controversial food, but they're my favourite. So yeah, we're going wet dog, incense, and sardines. nobody's going to buy it.
Yeah, interesting candle combo, that, like, very interesting candle combo. I'm not sure people would buy it.
No, probably not. Yeah, you got a silly goose.
Yeah, so I do have a silly goose. My silly goose is a bit boring, but it's because it's been a bit of a theme of my week this week. If you could be a boy for a day, what would you do? It's a bit of a shit.
No, I mean, there's like the obvious ones, but I like a very real one for me is I need to pee all the time. Like my bladder is the size of a pea, and I get really stressed. I have to do freedom pees when I'm out and about all the time.
Yeah.
And it's quite stressful as a woman because you have to like properly like scout out the area, you know, like make sure you're not gonna like sting your bum on some nettles.
Yeah.
I would just love being able to pee kind of where I wanted, like not in the street or that, but if I'm out walking the dog, just nice and casual, have a wee pee, no dramas. That's probably the big one.
Our lad does it all the time. Honestly, we'll be out in the garden, like, doing bits and, like, fucking sorting out birds or something. And he's just there, like, oh, I'm just going to go and have a piss. And I'm like, I've got to go back in the house, mate. Effort. Yeah. Pure effort, that. Can't just piss on the side of the fucking grass here because there's a dual carriageway in front of me pissing out. Like, everyone will see me. So, yeah, no, I'm with you on that. See, my reasoning was because I'm into running a little bit at the moment, and I fucking hate sports bras. Nothing makes me angrier. And, like, if I think about it too much while I'm running, I can literally stop myself from running because I'm so fucking angry about the fact I have to wear a sports bra. And if I was a man, I would run topless all the time. They've got it
absolutely. How freeing.
So freeing, innit? We like, because our lad does ultras, so I deal with like quite a lot of ultra like marathon people. The fucking stuff that like female ultra marathoners have to go through in terms of like hygiene and like sports bra fucking problems and that, like, that's just ridiculous. That's another level of annoying that you're having to deal with on top of already running an ultra marathon. Like,
it is, but then you can't win. Like, it's you have to wear the sports bra because if not, like,
agony.
You can't run like that the whole time. Sorry, I just realised I'm going to be on the live stream. Not the live stream, whatever, like video. You know, I had a thought earlier on today. It's like if you're like walking around. So I don't like to wear like normal bras a lot. Like I like the little like bralette, like little cotton, like bare minimum things that are just like a little bit, not most supportive. But I was like, what if I was like out and then someone tried to mug me and I had to run? So I'm going to have to run away from being mugged like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's 100%. Like, they're not advantageous for survival.
Absolutely not. If I got mugged and I had to run, I just wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah. I can't be arsed. I haven't got my sports bra on. There's no way. Like, I'm a double D. It's a fucking nightmare. Like, if I don't have them proper, like, overly supportive, ridiculous sports bras, I take it off, and even if I've been wearing it 20 minutes, I've got fucking marks all over me where it's been digging into me for the last fucking 20 minutes. It's just horrific. It makes me so angry, but, like, yeah, if someone ran, fucking, I wouldn't run after them. I'd be like, see ya, fuck off.
Yeah, just stab me. Do your worst.
Do it.
It's not worth the hassle.
I don't care. I reckon I'd win the fight. I'm not winning a run, though.
I think about this all the time. I've never been in a fight. And I've never trained in, like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or any kind of combat sport. I'm like, all I've got is, I know how to rugby tackle, so I'm just going to have to stand in one place and just wait for them to get to me. And they're going to be like, what's she doing?
You're there like this. Come on, then. No, I love that. I think that would be threatening enough, like, yeah.
Yeah, confusing, if nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is what I always think. Realistically, if someone mugs me, I'd just behave the weirdest version of myself immediately. I'd try and scare them. I'd be like, this is going to be an awful experience for you now. Like, it's like if someone broke into my house, I always think that will be a shit time for them. They're going to have an awful time because I'm going to hit them with everything. My house is weird as fuck anyway. Like, they're going to have they're going to think, I wish I'd never done this. This is the worst decision of my life. And I'll be there like, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Idiot.
Just been waiting for an excuse. You're just sat there on the edge of your bed with a baseball bat every night, just waiting for the day.
Absolutely, yeah. Be traumatic.
Yeah.
That spiraled out of control very quickly anyway, didn't
it? Yeah, sorry.
No, I love it. Absolutely love it. So, right, where can people find you then? If they want to follow along with your journey, all that sort of stuff, where can people follow you up?
Just on Instagram. I don't even really know if I remember what my username is. I think it's Andrea R.W. Gaffney.
Surprise as well.
on Instagram.
Surprise, have you not got a secret Moomin Instagram account though?
No, it's not. That is in reference to my email address, which I'm not going to reveal on the podcast. But it does have a reference to my favourite Swedish cartoon, The Moomins.
It's very, like, I like it. I didn't want to get away from this podcast without being able to ask you at least one question about the Moomins. Like, what is it? What's the obsession with it?
Oh, it was like, if you don't know what the Moomins is, it's like a really old Swedish cartoon, and it's like these weird kind of like cow type, like hippo-y type like cartoons, and they're white and they're really cute, but it's really like low sensory.
Yeah.
So like it's just really relaxing. Like the animation's really soothing, the music's really like gentle, the colours are really nice, and I feel like I get really overstimulated a lot of the time, and sometimes it's just kind of nice to chuck the Moomins on and settle my nervous system down.
Chill.
And I just think they're really cute. And that's it.
Fair. No, I love that. Well, very interesting. We now know a little weird fact about you, that you love Moomins. You're going to get loads of people bringing you weird Moomin stuff now, you do know, though.
I will not complain. I have 2 Moomin mugs. I've got like a soft squishy Moomin down there. I've got umpteen Moomin t-shirts. I'll take all the weird Moomin shit.
Everybody knows what to get you for Christmas and birthdays now then. Perfect.
Ideal.
Well, thank you very much for being on the podcast. I really appreciate it. It's been a great one. Any final words?
No, just thank you for having me on. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. And bring it on in Galway.
Nah, it's been fantastic. Thank you very much. And thank you all for listening. And we'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Strong Woman Highs, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the podcast, then please give us a follow on Instagram, or if you would like, we're also on buymeacoffee.com/strongwomanhighs. This is where you can send us tips, or you can also join our membership area, which is $5 a month or £4 a month. It's the silly Gosling level. We'll post out any extra content that we get on there, and hopefully a few little free giveaways of things as well. The podcast currently doesn't cost a lot to run, which is what we're trying to keep it as. But we would like to be able to cover our costs, and also once those costs are covered, any profit that is made on Strong Woman Highs will be getting saved up and put into a pot for future Strong Woman competitions that we can sponsor. So if you have a Strong Woman competition that you'd like to be sponsored, or if you want to be on the podcast, then give us a shout, send me a message on Instagram or on YouTube, anywhere else you can get us, and we'll get it sorted, because the more women that we can get on, the better. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye!